I'm Merrick D'Amato.
I'm a being of pure energy.
And welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Yes, the show that will melt your brain into pure energy. Now we have the wheel here. It's gonna give us a thing and we're gonna watch it. Let's see what the hell we've got now. It's gonna show up in... Clicky.
3, 2, 1. Bam. And give her a spin.
Yay. See what you got. What you got for us this time?
Darkman!
Just $5
to see the dancing freak.
You're a... Hey, calm down there, freak. We both, sort of freaked about this one. This is going to be a fun time.
I know this movie. I've seen it.
I enjoy Darkman.
A brilliant scientist left for dead returns to exact revenge on the people who burned him alive.
Yeah.
Director, Sam motherfucking Raimi.
Hell yes.
Starring Liam motherfucking Neeson.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a damn good time.
Yeah.
You guys should enjoy Darkman. Oh my god, we've been seeing a lot of very good movies. I'm kind of glad about it.
And Pinocchio.
Yes, it's going to be a good time.
Good movies and Pinocchio.
Good movies and then Pinocchio.
So, let's watch this shit.
Somewhere in the city, a brilliant scientist is on the verge of an amazing discovery.
The cells, they're holding. They're stable.
Finally, we can replace damaged skin tissue.
Then...
No foolish heroics, if you please.
They destroyed everything he had. All that he loved. Everything that he was. Now, crime has a new enemy, and justice has a brand new face.
I was afraid that you wouldn't want me anymore.
Of course I still want you.
The good news is that I know who's behind our little troubles of late. Finish it. Look about you! It's all mine!
He has the power to look like any man.
There's two of both sons of witches!
But he is unlike any man.
I gotta tell you something about me. He's a cockroach. You think you kill him? And he pops up someplace else.
In the darkest hour...
Julie, who's the real monster here?
There's a light that shines on every human being. But one. From director Sam Raimi. Darkman.
Just $5 to see the dancing freak.
Just one nickel to win the pink elephant.
This movie's amazing. We're not saying that amazingly bad. This is
this was
legitimately
awesome. I've already said
movie.
this is a movie you need to go see, and I was excited for this. We both were.
It was fun.
It was a good time.
We
enjoyed this movie a lot.
It's Sam Raimi.
Raimi
It's
is a great director.
Sam Raimi. It's gonna be good.
It's a wonderful movie. Lots of great things to like in this movie.
We start out with a man called Eddie Black.
Yeah.
Big black man working in an auto shop.
Yeah, and he's meeting up with...
As I tell him no. Tell him no too. Him you tell, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. he's playing like he's gonna be the main bad guy, but he's not.
Durant, our main bad guy, comes in.
Guy.
They all get their weapons removed. Someone had
they showed up to the meeting with no guns.
No, they showed up with guns. And then the people took their guns.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because they won't trust you if you come with no guns.
Yeah, that's true. And then,
so they take all their guns.
Managed to get one
guy had a pair of nunchucks.
Mm-hmm.
They smuggled one gun in on bum leg because his leg, false
no
leg.
False leg.
I once was engaged to a girl with a wooden leg.
had to break it off.
So his false leg's a machine gun.
Mm-hmm. And he mows down a bunch of
Planet
Eddie's
Terror.
guys. Yeah. Mows down all of Eddie's guys. And I love how like the guy without the leg is just kind of hopping around while everybody else is shooting.
You'd think when you have a no leg for that long, you'd learn to have balance while standing on one foot.
Well, he's just kind of hopping around a little. And then he ends up like Durand ends up like finally showing up and cutting Eddie's fingers off.
Yeah.
Like
reason
one.
I try not to let my temper get the best of me.
Snaps
Cuts off one finger.
Yeah.
Eddie's like keeping it together.
Yeah.
Reason 2. Sometimes I fail. Another finger off. Reason 3. I got 7 more reasons. And then Eddie screams.
Yeah, because he realizes how much bullshit he's gonna have to actually go through now.
And then we
in
cut
for a penny, in for a fucking pound. Then we have the Darkman opening credits.
Yep. And it's we were joking like from the men that brought you Tim Burton. Mm-hmm. Then we get the music credits like it's Danny actually Elfman. Is Danny Elfman.
This is a Batman movie by any measure. Okay, this is
bat by any other name.
A bat by basically any other name. Mm-hmm. A bat by any other name is also The Shadow. Yeah. Oh, and Rorschach.
To get it out of the way now.
Yeah.
This is a superhero movie directed by Sam Raimi.
Yes.
Better or worse than Spider-Man?
That's a good question, actually, that I've often asked myself, and I'm almost...
One thing I'll say.
What?
Spider-Man wins for villain.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man 2 is just a better movie anyway, because Spider-Man 2 is amazing. Mm-hmm. But is it better... Spider-Man has a better villain, because Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is a legend.
Yeah, I'd say Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 combined into one movie is better than this movie.
Okay.
But standalone, this beats either of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe the Green Goblin being the villain of the first one.
Out am I?
Yes. The man that brought us Godspeed Spider-Man graces us with his directorial presence once again.
So Liam Neeson is a scientist
before
now.
Actually. Before he even did Spider-Man. This was before he did Spider-Man.
Yeah. This was 1990 something. Like I have some old Advanced Dungeons and Dragons comics that have ads for this.
Godspeed Darkman.
I have actually the 3 comics somewhere around here that are the comic book adaptation of this movie.
Yeah.
I actually kind of want to get enough to be able to donate to Linkara's Patreon, get one of the spots, and send him these to review.
That'd be cool. That'd be really awesome. Any, honestly, I haven't watched, any of the sequels to Darkman.
We will, eventually.
Yeah. So, but this is honestly fucking great. I love this.
This is a cult classic.
I've seen this movie several times.
It's so good. Mm-hmm. But we go to our main character, Peyton Westlake.
Yeah, and he's experimenting with
liquid skin.
Yeah, liquid synthetic skin, and it only is stable for 99 minutes. The atoms destabilize after 99 minutes, and he doesn't know why.
He's married. No, he's engaged. No, not even that.
No, he wants to. He's with his girlfriend, and he asks her to marry him before she goes to meet with a fucking mob boss accuse him of taking bribes.
Yeah, to bribe the planning office.
Well,
zoning
a corrupt official.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's not really that important yet. That stuff. It's happening.
Yeah.
And he proposes. She says, "Let me think about it."
Corrupt skyscraper tycoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. Would you like to marry me? Let me think about it. Nah, Peyton, this is not a good sign for you.
Yeah. He's bringing her coffee. They're doing the whole cutie thing, in their
he goes back to work, and they find out they get the skin to last longer.
Yeah.
Turns out that in the dark, the skin can last forever.
Yep. And it'll hold no matter what.
Yeah.
But as soon as him and his assistant are celebrating, these guys come in and end up
looking for the Belisarius.
Yeah, they're looking around for that bill.
But these people obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about, so they kill the Chinese guy.
Yep.
And they blow up the lab. After
they put a bag over his head, and then they shoot him in the fucking face.
Yes.
It's okay, it's either he's gonna die from suffocation or he's gonna die from a bullet from his face. Poison. You know? It's like, do you want to ventilate him? And like Liam Neeson's like, no, no, no. He blows his face off. And then they shove his face in like boiling...
Science goop.
Yeah, like boiling like hot
and
science.
So... He
boiling hot science.
And
that's
so, with the ooze, he became a rat and raised his 4 turtle sons in the sewers of New York.
He's like, he ends up like getting like put in that thing, and then they end up setting up gasoline or something to like explode with a lighter and
one of those damn drinking birds.
Drinking bird. Oh my god!
If you do not know what a drinking bird is, they are those like. That might be before your time.
If you don't know what a drinking bird is
that bird you're too young to watch
too
this
young
to watch. Rated drinking bird.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a drinking bird is, you're too young to watch us.
If you've never heard of the song Smells Like Teen Spirit, you're too young to be watching this show. It's true though. But like you're way too young. You don't remember what drinking birds are. They're the little gravity propelled things that are like pendulum.
Yeah, but they have feathers on their butts.
Yep, and they end up like dipping down every now and again to like drink. Like it looks like they're drinking from water. They were the fidget spinner of their day.
Yep,
and
they were everywhere.
They were. I remember this this friend of my dad's.
But we're not here to review drinking birds.
Yep. This drinking bird though is quite important
because it's in front of a lighter because the gas is on, and eventually, click, boom! Right when his almost fiance was coming back to see
his girlfriend,
boom,
not even fiance.
And he is propelled by the explosion.
Yeah, it turns Liam Neeson into a rocket. Canal. And then he flew into Mount Olympus and became Zeus.
And Aslan.
And Aslan. And then graced our presence once more as the Lion Jesus. This turns Liam Neeson into the Incredible Melting Man.
Yes. And they fish him out, and next time we see him, he's slowly rotating on a big roulette wheel. We kind of lost it.
Yeah, he has like
bandages.
They're doing like a weird like skin graft or something on him, making him impervious to fire.
Not that, but they're just kind of keeping him in. It's like an ICU unit.
Kind of.
But they explain. This is actually important. This is really important.
Yep.
They explained that they did some kind of technique on him, which they severed something in his nervous system, meaning he can't feel pain.
Yep.
It also doesn't impede the flow of adrenaline through his body, so he has super strength now. And he has his emotions are all whoo.
Yep. He's kooky. He's crazy. He lives in.
He also looks like hammered shit.
Oh my god.
So he wakes up and escapes. He was not fond of being slowly rotated.
I just wanted, like, fucking the Doom guy to come into the room and just, like, pick him up like an item.
He's like, the Berserker pack.
Like, Darkman acquired.
Dancing freak.
Dancing freak. And then he's just like...
He'd act like a super Berserker pack.
Yep. Goes crazy, loses it. And he ends up finally, he has, like, this weird flash in his mind of all this shit that happened. And then he ends up, like, breaking free.
And he steals a coat. He takes a coat from the dumpster and wanders off and sleeps in a box in the rain.
Yep, dumpster jackets are just a common thing that pop up in these movies.
Yeah.
I feel like if I ever were to become a superhero, the first dumpster I would look in would contain a trench coat.
And you'd have to wear it.
Yeah, and I'd have to wear it. I'd be under obligation. I just like, oh man, like the setup of like his lab takes like way too long though.
Yeah, he takes a bunch of stuff from his old lab and sets up a new lab in what looks like the factory from RoboCop.
Yeah, kind of.
And he's working on making the skin and scanning in his new and making himself a new face. And then he starts basically hunting down the people who blew him up and getting his revenge.
Yep.
one guy he kidnaps, interrogates, and then it's actually Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother.
Yeah,
he
dangles him out of a sewer hole, like out of a manhole into the street.
Until he's run over by a car.
Yeah, he's just like, the visual of this is just too funny not to laugh at.
Another guy he impersonates, and while impersonating him, pretends to screw over Durant.
Mm-hmm.
So he, Durant
Paulie.
then Paulie. So Durant then throws him out a window.
Yeah, he steals his face.
You know what this movie needed?
Chloroforms him? What?
There's one thing this movie needed.
Mm-hmm.
Luther from Warriors, actor.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because it's the kind of movie where he should have been smiling.
Yeah.
At one point, it's you. I knew you. I knew I knew you. But you ain't you. You can't be you. We blew up your lab. There ain't no coming back. This is a really real world. There ain't no coming back. There ain't no coming back.
This came before Crow, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pre-Crow.
Yeah. He could have done this one in between, like, Warriors and the Crow.
Between Commando and Crow.
Oh. Yeah, it's true. He wasn't in Commando. I forgot about Commando.
You're a funny guy, Sully. I think I'll kill you last.
Huh.
Hey, Sully, remember when I said I'd kill you last?
I lied.
Ah!
But,
what happened to Sully? I let him go. so those two are killed.
Yep. He ends up... what he does, though, to Paulie is he ends up chloroforming him.
Yeah.
And taking his face and basically setting up, like, that he was going to end up taking the money and running to Rio with the other guy.
Yeah, can't remember his name.
But anyway, so he was going to run off with this other guy. And... he ends up like doing the money pickup on Paulie's behalf, like wearing his face and everything. He's like, the guys end up showing up. They give him the briefcase and all that, and then he ends up being outside of his apartment when he gets dropped out the fucking window.
Yes, and a woman sees the dead him on the car, him sitting on the bench, and just loses it because you would too.
It's just like. Fucking Durant shows up. He's like, he sees the tickets. He's like, oh, very nice, Rio, huh? First class, of course. He's in his suit jacket and everything in bed. He's like, stand up, Paulie. Give me, come over here. He puts the ticket in his pocket, and, like pats him on the chest, and goes, have a nice flight, Paulie.
Gross.
Whips him out the fucking window.
Put you out the window.
And then Darkman ends up like running away, of course. Oh
and we get some stuff with him because he meets up with his wife, his almost wife again.
In the graveyard.
Then they do some unimportant date scenes.
Well, no, it's just literally them sitting at a restaurant and he's explaining why he's been gone for so long, which he explains by coma.
Yeah. Because
he was in a coma, technically.
Yeah.
But even before that, we have, like, the best lines in the entire movie. Hey, what are you staring at, huh? You think I'm a freak? I'm gonna put a funny little hat on me and dance around? You think I'm a freak? Huh? Just $5 to say the dancing freak. Just $5 to say the dancing freak. Just $5.
It's memorable.
It's the fucking best. I wanted him to meet Deadpool just so he could be like, oh, come on, man, it's not that bad.
Gio,
like, look at me. It's all gonna be okay. It'll be perfectly fine. Just put on a costume, it'll be okay.
Gio, you don't want him to meet Deadpool at the time this was made, though.
Why?
This is the 90s. Deadpool was not the Deadpool we know today. When you read me in the 90s, I will not be me.
But he's done so many changes. I want Deadpool to go back in time because he can. And just, like, talk to him. Like, talk him down a little bit, you know? Maybe he'd calm down a little bit. Or maybe he'd just end up going so crazy that he'd be like, you think I'm a freak too, huh? You think I'm a freak like you? You know? Just $5 to see the dancing freak? And then just, like, Deadpool and him just start dancing around with fucking, like,
I'm imagining
funnels on their
they
heads.
both put funnels on their head and do that meme run.
Yes! The fucking con run?
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. That'd be excellent. Oh, my God, that'd be perfect. Oh, man.
So, the next... can you get the other scene with his girlfriend out of the way first? Because he doesn't do a lot of the crime stuff.
Oh, that's like the second best like part of the whole
but
movie.
first he goes and fucks over Durant with something.
Yeah, he ends up like wearing his Durant's face. Yeah,
he robs a store as Durant, says his name into the camera. Durant gets arrested.
Yes, which honestly, fucking ingenious.
Well, he goes off to pick up do a deal, one of Durant's deals in Chinatown.
Yep, and he ends up going to see Lopan.
Yeah.
And
no, it's not the Lopan actor.
Yeah, I know. But he ends up going over there, and he's got 3 minutes to convince Lopan
I had to
give
say
him the money.
I had to say that because David Wan appears in so many goddamn insane movies that you have to specify sometimes.
I know.
He's Tia Carrere's father in Wayne's World 2.
Yeah, but he should have honestly been in this.
Yeah.
Like I could see him being in this like so easily. But they end
Shut
up
up, Mr. Westlake. You're not brought upon this world to get it.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, good evening, Mr. Durant. And he like ends up like having 3 minutes before his face.
They go through the conversation. It's like, look, okay, you have until I finish this cigar to give me the money you owe.
Clips it in half.
Like was like a third of cigar left, and he's smoking that. And then he just lets the flame rest on his hand.
Yeah.
While maintaining eye contact with the... It's like, okay, Bob, you win.
Lopan swallows, like, heavily.
It's like, okay, Bob, you win.
Yeah.
He drops the accent and the Mr. Durant.
He just goes, okay, Bob, you win. Because he's done fucking with him at this point.
And then the real Robert Durant arrives.
And they meet in the revolving door. Like I feel like if I were ever to meet my doppelganger, it would be in this exact fashion where I would be coming out of a building and he'd be going
Dude,
in.
you know what either of us would do if we met our doppelganger?
What?
We do the mirror gag from the Marx Brothers.
Yes. The audience can't see this.
I know, but you know what I'm doing if you've seen this. If you've seen the Marx Brothers classic Duck Soup, which you totally should because it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So they end up getting caught in the revolving door, and the Spanish goon guy is like on the outside of it, and he sees this, and he's like, "Which one do I fucking shoot?
Shoot him!
So they get into like the fucking two ashes fight, and then eventually his face starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
And he's got the briefcase though, and he ends
away.
up running out. He ends up getting away actually.
And then he's at the carnival with his girlfriend.
Yes, and this is the second best part of the whole movie.
He's doing he's like, I'm going to win you that pink elephant.
Well, no, before that even, he's like talking to her. He's like, he's asking her if he was seeing a guy.
Bouncing clowns.
Yeah, he's always on a drug trip, just always. He's always angry.
But we see the jiggling clowns.
He's always mad.
And so he goes to win her the pink elephant, the ball throwing thing.
Yeah. There's a freak on a stage.
Yeah, he finally knocks the three over. It's like, I'll take the pink elephant, please.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, buddy. It doesn't count if you're past the line, if you're not behind the line. And then they get into typical Carney thing.
Yeah, it's like, but I was right here with my girlfriend. The pink elephant, please.
And so it gets like, why don't you get out of here, weirdo? And he jabs him in the chest with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
So Darkman grabs the fingers and just without effort, just bends them back.
No hesitation. Just fucking snap.
Not even said no whoop. It's not even like Rorschach. I just broke this gentleman's little finger. Where's Edward Blake?
No.
Who killed Edward Blake? And his index finger. Who killed Edward Blake? No, just
whoop! Snap. Close up on the Carney's face screaming. Close up on Liam Neeson's face screaming. Close up on girlfriend's face screaming.
It was amazing.
It was fucking beautiful. Oh my god! Like a better choreographed. Like it could never have gone like more perfectly than that. And then he gives her the pink elephant, and she's still freaking out.
Fucking elephant!
Take the fucking elephant! Which, you know what, honestly, some of my dates have gone this way.
Yeah.
Who among us, what man amongst you, has not had a date go this poorly?
Take the fucking elephant.
I cannot think of not one of you motherfuckers.
So
Not having a
he
bad
goes
day like
home.
this.
The girlfriend finds out about, surprisingly, still his girlfriend.
Yep.
Finds out about
surprisingly after all this time.
finds out that Belisarius or whatever his name is, the mob boss guy, not the guy who Bob works for.
Yeah, she goes over there though and ends up
And
like
finds out,
going to a meeting.
he's a criminal.
Yep. And this is at the same, like, directly after he's done meeting with Julie, he meets with Durant.
Yep.
And, like, they're just, like, they're talking.
So they
just
follow
in and
him.
out.
They go to Darkman's base. They kidnap Julie.
Yep.
And then they attack Darkman's base, and
They have a
Darkman
big rooftop
basically
chase.
kicks the shit out of them.
Yeah. They have a big rooftop, like, chase.
With guns and
with a
grenade
fucking
launchers.
grenade launcher in a helicopter.
Mm.
Oh, this is actually, like, one of the most preposterous things, like, I think in the whole movie. Like, the jumping the shark moment I felt. Like, it was like, this is too much of a movie at this point.
Yes.
It just threw me off.
What is it?
It was the part where, like, Durant's in the helicopter, he's got the grenade launcher, and he's staring, like, dead into his face, like, through the scope. Dead into the eyes of Darkman. And Darkman's, like, tugging on his cape. He's got it stuck on, like, the railing.
Yeah, it's more a coat than a cape.
Yeah, still, though, like, he's tugging on it. He's, like, trying to get it loosened. And he ends up finally, last second, getting it off, and then just, like, sliding down the stairs of the roof.
Even Darkman realizes how bullshit that was.
As soon as the explosion's going off in back of him.
He just says, "You gotta be kidding me."
Yeah. It's like, this is too much of a comic book.
And,
like, I love comic books for all of their stupidity, but,
he takes out the Spanish goon.
Yeah.
Puts his
Took me right
face
out of it.
on the Spanish goon and tricks Smiley into killing him.
Yep.
And then it becomes Smiley.
Yep.
And it's the Ash versus Evil Ash scene. Like, where they're looking at each
Staring
other.
at each other. Nice shooting.
And then he kills him, too.
Yep.
And then we're at a construction building in process, bunch of steel girders.
Yeah. Oh, after the whole, like, the helicopter chase ends with like Darkman landing on a truck and grabbing the hook from the helicopter and latching it onto the truck, and the helicopter slams into the top of the tunnel with Durant inside, and he just blows up like in a flaming chaos. And he's just looking back at him. He's like, "Ha, burn in hell!"
And then Durant shows up at the steel girder place, and Mob Boss
with Durant's face.
Yeah, Mob Boss has Julie captured.
Mm-hmm. And they're talking.
He's giving some of his backstory. Oh, I used to work up here with the Indians. Only ones crazy enough to run around up here.
Yep.
And before it was like, "Hey,
I steal."
Hey, good thing you're still around, Durant.
Your kids would be
out of a role model.
Yeah.
Yes, they do look up to me. Then eventually, and Robert, you don't have any children.
Yeah, they like
Hello,
clues in on it.
Hello, Peyton.
Yeah, clues in.
They have a fight.
They meanwhile, like he's just like jumping around like from beam to beam, like he's a fucking cartoon character.
He is a fucking cartoon character.
Like he's fucking Chuckles the Clown.
He's
just jumping around.
Yeah, he is Nicolas Cage. Oh, he should have been.
Yeah. I could totally see Nicolas Cage being like fitting right into this.
So he fights his goons. The goon saves Julie.
I built it all.
The mob boss goes after him with a rivet gun.
Yeah. This big fucking rivet gun.
He try at one point he offers him a job, like, "Come work for me. The money will be good, or I'll kill you if you don't." But yeah, consider your options.
Hey, and if you still want it, I'll throw in Julie. You're gonna fucking.
And
then
Darkman has the villain dangling off the rivets.
Yeah,
it's like, you won't kill, you won't drop me. I know you, Peyton.
You would be
don't
able to
have
live
it
with something like that.
I've been learning to live with a lot, and just lets him go.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit! I thought I was dealing with the lawful good.
Nope.
What, you think you were dealing with Batman? Spiderman? No, you're dealing with Darkman, asshole.
I want to like back up just 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
The part where Darkman just tackles him from above out of the fucking ether is ridiculous.
One of Darkman's superpowers is to be above you. even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you could just like fall through. You could fall through like a little portal into like he's Doorman.
Yeah,
he's like Doorman.
He's Blink.
He's Blink
from the X-Men.
Yeah,
he's the pink chick with the purple diamond spears.
Yeah, you can just teleport above you and get the drop on you, like out of fucking.
Well, you see, in the Munich Circus, who was known as Incredible Nightcrawler.
He should fucking have worked High Steel then, motherfucker.
So he breaks up with Julie. He's like, "Sorry, Julie, I could hide behind the mask, and you love me for the man inside, but the man
behind the mask.
I'm thinking of the man in the mirror." Though it's like
every mirror breaks when you.
The man inside isn't the same man inside anymore. So goodbye. It's like
I am no longer. Peyton is gone.
Then he pulls on the mask, goes away. It's like I can be anyone, anywhere. I live in the shadows.
She's in the streets looking around.
Darkman, and then there's Bruce Campbell.
Yes, he becomes Ash.
Groovy.
And then all of Evil Dead happens.
Sadly, though, and that's the end of Darkman. Sadly, though, it will get sequels.
Mm-hmm.
It has sequels. I know they exist. I've seen one.
Yeah, but like that's a obvious.
They're going on the wheel. But sadly, in the sequels, Darkman will not be played by Bruce Campbell. He will be played instead by Arnold Vosloo.
Who plays him in the third one?
Arnold Vosloo.
Really?
Yeah.
They got him back for both? Why couldn't they have gotten fucking... What was wrong with Neeson?
He has better shit to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think the last one was in 1999. He had better shit to do.
Right.
Well, more lucrative.
Right.
He was working on Star Wars.
Yeah. He had much more, like... he had much higher priorities.
So what do you give this movie?
My
Darkman.
I'm gonna give it the 7 fingers he didn't lose on screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it the 7 fingers Eddie Black didn't lose on screen. Out of the Dancing Freaks.
Yes. I'm going to give it 8 Bruce Campbells.
8 Bruce Campbells.
Out of a circular series of people screaming.
Never ending.
You know what I'm gonna give it?
People screaming.
You know what I'm gonna give this movie?
What?
The pink elephant.
Yeah, give it take the fucking elephant.